This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's get started. So yesterday we were discussing about the uh, taxonomy, right? So we have gone through the context dictionary and the taxonomy. So what I told you about context dictionary, that we can have multiple contexts, right? The primary context, secondary context, and the associated context, which we will be configuring in the context dictionary. So after the context dictionary, we have here the taxonomy. So I told you that the taxonomy contains of three components: business issue, business group, business the proposition. That's what I told you yesterday. That's where we stopped. So let's continue. Like I told you, the business issue is the reason for promotion. Why does the business wants to promote? So like one business wants to promote in order to increase their sales, right? Some business wants to promote in order to have more customers. So we can't say, different business will have different reasons for promoting. So that is nothing but the reason for promotion. For example, the sales, retention, like we have acquisition. That means the business is a very new business. It wants to acquire new customers. That is the reason why they are doing promotion. That can be one of the reason. Let us say they want to do some maintenance. So different reasons will be there. Now the group we have here, category, which is nothing but, for example, credit cards. Like for example, you want to promote a Mac laptop. That Mac laptop, it comes under laptops category. So for example, the business wants to promote a home loan. So it comes under home loans category. So this is nothing but the category of whatever the promotion that you are doing. It can be a product, it can be service, offer, whatever it is. That category we call it as business group. Then the attributes. For example, if you take an attribute for a Mac laptop, let's say laptop price, like laptop color. Let's say if you are giving a home loan offer or a home loan service, what is the home loan amount, what is the rate of interest, these kind of things. So these are nothing but the proposition attributes. So we have three things: the business issue, business group, and the propositions and the proposition attributes. So let us configure them within the taxonomy. So I'll just quickly do that again, and we will proceed with the next steps. So first I'll give it as sales, rule set, create. So I'll create one more. Let us call it as acquisition. That means I don't have, or let us call it as retention. Okay, so then I select the rule set, create. Now let us create one more, that is, let's say, credit cards. Okay, I'm giving it as credit cards. Now select the issue as sales. Okay, and then here I select the rule set, create. Similarly, I'll create one in retention. Let us call it as like 50% discount products. Okay, I'll call it as that one. So add group, I'll say 50% discount products. Select the issue as retention, the rule set as rule set. Now create. So we have created one business issue, two business issues, two business groups. Sales, retention are the business issues. 50% discount products, credit cards, these are the two groups. Now let's go ahead and create the propositions and the proposition attributes. So let us start with credit cards. What I will do, just click on this. Now check out. and let us add the propositions. So again, what is the proposition? Anything that you propose to the customer is called as a proposition, right? It can be anything. It can be product, service, offer, like a notification. That is also a proposition. Whatever you send is called as proposition. So let's create a new proposition here. Let's call it as, what you say, for example, business class Mastercard. Okay, I'm giving it as business class Mastercard. Now create. So then let us say I add one more. Let us say I give it as Visa card. Okay, I'm giving it as Visa card and I click on create. So now you see here I have created two propositions now and then save it. Okay, so now you can see that the proposition is active. So when you are creating a proposition, there are three options, right? The first one is always, never, within a defined time period. That means this particular product that you want to promote to the customers, whether it is active, whether it is not active, or whether it is active only during a certain time period. Okay, only during a certain time period. So for example, best example, right? Like during December, from let us say December 1st to December 31st, you want to provide some Christmas offers or New Year discounts. Then you can specify the time period. Okay, from this December 1st to December 31st, like that. So this proposition will be only valid during the start date and end date. Once the system time reaches the end date, this proposition will become inactive, right? So that's how you will create the propositions here. Now let us go back, and what we will do, yeah, I'll just save it. We will create the same way in other group also. So I'm just saying here added propositions. Okay, I'm just saying added propositions. Then we will add the propositions in this 50% discount products also. So I'll open this, check out. So the business issue is retention. Retention means what? It's nothing but we want to retain the customers that are getting lost. So I have a session on Monday. We will go through all the terminology and what is mean by that. So on Monday we will be having that session. Okay, like retention, churn, different terms will be there that you will listen in your real-time project. So that session will cover everything. Okay, so please make sure that you will be available at Monday. So I'll say new. Now let us create something like let's say 50% off on Mac laptop. Okay, just I'm giving this name as example. Okay, then let's create one more as 50% discount on premium food card. Okay, I'm just giving that name, 50% discount on premium food card. Okay, so I created two propositions now for 50% discount products under retention category. So overall, just to see our structure, we have two business issues, two business groups, and four propositions. Okay, we have two business issues, two business groups, and four propositions. So this is what you created till now. Like we created like retention and sales and two groups here. In that we have created two propositions each. Now what we will do, let us see how do we create the proposition attributes, which is also called as properties. So I'll go to the credit cards. How do we create the attributes? So what is mean by attributes basically? So attributes means, like I told you, right? See, every single offer will have some kind of characteristics, right? For example, if you take a laptop, what is the color of the laptop? What is the price of the laptop? What is the brand? All these are nothing but some characteristics which will be like properties in PEGA. Similarly, if you take a credit card, what is the price of the credit card? What is the monthly EMI that we need to pay? Okay, what is the date of the payment? What are all these? These are nothing but the characteristics of the proposition. So depending on the proposition that you create, there will be different characteristics. So let us see how do we configure that characteristics, which is nothing but the attributes. So let's start with the credit cards. So then check out the credit cards here. Now go to the form tab. Within the form tab, this is where you can add the characteristics of the proposition, which are nothing but the, you call it as attributes, right? Or in PEGA you call it as the proposition properties, right? So just come here, then what you do, just click on add field. Okay, you just need to click on add field. So since this is the credit cards, what I will do, let us give something related to credit cards. Like I will say monthly or let us say sale price. Okay, I'm just giving it as sale price. Click on this icon and create the property. So I'm just giving it like this, create and open. So since this is a price, I will be giving the data type as integer. Okay, or you can also give something like decimal. Okay, like I'll give decimal and submit. Okay, so that's created. Just remove this and add it again. Now let us create one more property. So what I will do is I'll give the name as monthly EMI. So for the credit card, how much monthly EMI that the customer has to pay? That's what is this particular property. See, it all comes from the business. You don't need to think and do that. All this will be provided by the business. What you need to create, what is the attribute, everything. Just go with whatever the properties that they gave. You create it as in PEGA. So I'm just giving monthly EMI. Now just remove it and add it once again. That's it. Okay, monthly EMI sale price. So let us keep these two. Now save it. Now if you come back to the data tab, okay, if you come back to the data tab, just open the proposition. So you see now automatically this.
Yeah. So quick question. So whatever the properties we are adding, that's actually associated with the proposition, right? It's not for the customer data. It's actually for the proposition.
Right. It's for proposition.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for proposition. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
and the expectation is that the business would be giving like what properties would be tagged to a proposition, and at the same time,
right,
the values for those properties would be given, correct?
Definitely this will be given by business, because you don't imagine and create it. It will be done. It will be given by the business. Okay.
And even the
different offers will have different proposition attributes. We need to maintain that so that we can do some logic in the strategy based on this.
Got
right?
it.
Yeah.
So it's not just the properties they would give, they would also give the values for those properties.
Yeah, definitely. They will give the values. That's what we are going to see. How do we do that? Okay. So generally, how the real-time business gives you the propositions, I'll show you just in a few minutes. So I'll come to know that. So let us give the values here. I'll give the monthly EMI for this as like 50,000, or let's say 20,000. Sale price, I'll give it like 500 rupees, something like that. Okay, so I'm just giving it as this thing and I'm saving it. Similarly, let us go ahead and we'll give some values for this. I'll give the monthly EMI as 10,000 and sale price as 200 rupees, something like that, and save it. Now we have given the attributes for that. All you need to do is just add the properties in this tab. Then automatically those properties will come and it will display in the proposition data. Okay, it will display here. So similarly, you can do that for that another group also. But before that, uh, I don't think we don't need any additional properties here, because already we are saying 50% discount. So let us keep it as it is. Now coming to the real time, how does it happen? In 100% or 99% of time, see, we don't have 2 offers or 10 offers, right? See, every business has hundreds of offers. For example, if you take an e-commerce company, you are working for some e-commerce business, there can be hundreds of products that they want to promote to the customers. So how do you maintain these 100 products one by one, right? It's not possible to do that. Let's say if you have 300 products are there, you don't create one by one like that, right? So what we will be doing is we will be importing the products from the Excel file. That is how the business will give you. The business will give you all the list of propositions along with the attributes that they want to send to the customers. Okay, like you see, Mac laptop, like you said, Dell laptop, HP laptop. These are the 3 offers. This is the laptop price. This is the laptop color. This is the let us say the warranty. These kind of things. That's how the Excel will be there, and they will be giving you that Excel to you. You just need to upload that. Before that, you need to create all the properties that are there in the Excel. For example, the business is giving you the Excel with these three things, like what is the price, what is the warranty, what is the color. So you need to go through that Excel and you need to create all the properties here in this form tab and assign the appropriate data type to that, and you need to import it. So if you just export this, you will be able to see the exact format, how it needs to look like. So this is how you will be getting it. See, of course, this all OOTP properties will not be there. Even if you don't upload without this also, that will not make any issue. All these are OOTP properties. So you can just remove this also. But your Excel will be, you should be present in this format. Okay. So if you see now, whatever the custom attributes that we created, like the sale price, monthly EMI. So these properties are also getting displayed here, right? So let us add some new propositions and we will import these propositions into the application. So just please remember, very important, the properties for the attributes. The business issue, which is nothing but the reason for promotion, it falls under PY issue property. Okay, the PY issue property stores the business issue. Okay, it stores the business issue. The PY group stores the business group. The PY name stores the proposition name. So that's what you can see here, right? The PY issue, which is sales. I'm giving it as sales here. And here, the property which we saw, right? Like whether the proposition is active, inactive, or let us say during a certain time period, right? We have seen 3 options. That property is this one. PY is proposition active. So you need to remember all these properties. There is no other alternative. These are very basic things, and since you need to, it's new for you, you need to remember these things. PY issue is the business issue. PY is proposition active is the whether it is active or inactive or whether during certain time period. That's what this will have. So I'll just give it as always. Then the business group, that is nothing but the PY group. Okay, PY group. The proposition is PY name. So let us create a new proposition. I'll call it as Zeta card. Then scroll to the right side. You have one more that is called PY group. PY group is nothing but the business group. So these are the properties where the business group will be there. Okay, PY issue is business issue, PY group is business group, PY name is the proposition name. So then the remaining two are your custom properties that you created. So I'll give the sale price as 600, monthly MI as 15,000. Similarly, I'll add one more. Okay, let us say I give it as sales. Is proposition active always? Then here I'll give the card as, let us say, something like movie benefits card. Okay, movie benefits card. So this is one of the credit card just I got in mind. So I'm just giving that. Then coming to the business group, give it as credit cards. Okay, so this is what you will be doing, and this is how you will be getting the data in real time. If you are not getting the data in this way, you need to format it, because the business doesn't know, right? The business does not know these properties. They will just simply give you, these are the list of promotions that I want to do. So you need to just give the name of the column as PY name, so that when you are uploading to the PEGA, it will map to the proposition. The business will simply say, okay, this is the category. These are all laptops. It comes under laptop category. These are all mobiles that I want to promote. It comes under mobile category. So you just need to simply update the heading to PY group, and you just need to upload it. Okay, so that's what you need to do. You need to customize and do it while uploading to PEGA. Now let us upload this. So I'll just give the sale price for this as 800, monthly EMI as 25,000. Now save it. Okay, now save it, and I will upload it. Let's see whether it's going to upload or any errors we are going to get. So I just say import, and I just select from my hard disk. So I just selected the same file that we have edited. Now click on load. So you can see now there are 4 records in the source file. 2 records are added. 2 records are added. 4 records are present in the source file. That's what it is saying, right? Now just click on import. So you see now I am getting the 4 credit cards which are there in my Excel file. And if you open that also, it will give you the appropriate values mapped correctly. 15,600, right? Always everything is mapped. So that is how you can import even hundreds or thousands of propositions into your application. You don't need to create everything manually. In real time, it all happens by importing and exporting. Okay, is it understood? Clear?
Yeah. So if after uploading, if we have a change in the business requirement, so again we need to import and export, making the changes in the Excel. So that is how we
Yes.
do.
Yes, that's how we do. So every time, see, business always updates the offers. See, because today they can give 20% discount, tomorrow they'll give 30% discount. We can't predict that. It all depends on business decision. So every time they do that change, we need to upload it. There is another way how the business itself they can do is by using the revision manager. So the revision manager, the business can straightforward, they can only create the request and we will just approve it. So that is also there, but that is we'll discuss in the later sessions. But generally we'll go through this concept only. The disadvantage of why we don't use that is that will not work for bulk propositions. It will only work for one by one. That is a disadvantage that it has. So if you want to do for bulk, you need to do the same thing. You just go to the Excel, update the values and upload it again. Okay.
So one more question. So I'm not comparing with Core PEGA, but in Core PEGA we'll be setting the format in the binary file before we upload. So anything we have to do initially, or this is inbuilt?
Oh, this is inbuilt. You don't need to do anything.
Okay.
So this is nothing here. You just need to export it. It will give you the Excel file automatically. Okay. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. Got it.
So now that's how you need to do. So overall, we have understood the taxonomy. As part of taxonomy, there are three components: business issue, the reason for promotion, business group, the category of the promotions, the proposition, which is nothing but the actual promotion that you are doing. Now that promotion has multiple attributes, like what is the laptop price, what is the laptop warranty, or what is the credit card name, what is the credit card EMI, like that. Different propositions will have different attributes, which generally comes from the business, which you just need to create a property for that in the form tab and just upload the propositions here. Now let us discuss about the SR class. Okay, so I hope that this taxonomy is clear for you, how we define the taxonomy. First, you create the issue. Within the issues, you will have groups. Within the groups, you will have propositions. Within the propositions, you have the proposition attributes. Okay, so you can just say like this, proposition attributes. And so this is how the taxonomy hierarchy is present. Business issue, business group, proposition, proposition attributes. Whenever you say taxonomy, this is what you need to define. Okay, don't get confused, or don't think this is a new word. This is nothing but the business structure. Now coming to the SR class, SR stands for strategy result. SR stands for strategy result. See, just like how you have a base class or work class in your PEGA, right? In core PEGA, we have work class. Whenever you create a new case type, what happens? For example, you are working on a credit card application. You have work class, you'll have work dash, let us say some credit card apply or something like that. Then let us say you have one more case type, something like debit card apply. So then how it will be? It will be like this, right? Debit card apply, like this. So like this, your classes will be created and they will be created under work class. Same way, you will have a strategy result class, which is SR class, that will be in the format your application ID dash SR. That means, what is your application ID? This is the application ID, which is XYZ Bank. So your SR class will be created as XYZ Bank dash SR. Now, when you create a new business issue, it will be creating like XYZ Bank dash SR dash sales. Guys, are you not able to hear me? Is my voice gone? Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is, whenever you create a business issue, it will just create a new class like this under SR. SR class is the main, like you say, the primary class for PEGA decisioning. Everything, like for every example, everything that you create in PEGA decisioning primarily, that will be falling under the SR class. This SR class will be created whenever you create at least one business issue. Okay, automatically generated when you have at least one business issue. When you don't have any business issues like sales or retention, this SR class will not be there. Okay, so that's what you need to remember, which stands for strategy result. All your decisioning properties, decisioning propositions, business issues, groups, everything will fall under SR only. They will come under SR only. Now if you create a business group, then it will be like XYZ Bank dash SR dash sales dash credit cards. Similarly, for that retention, it will be XYZ Bank dash SR dash retention dash, like it will be 50% discount products, like this. This is how the class will be created in the PEGA. So like, let us see the structure. your strategy will always use the properties that are present in this SR class only. So for every entire PEGA decisioning, every single rule that you create, it will fall under this class only. Okay. So if you go to the application, so just you need to type XYZ bank dash SR. So you see now, whatever we created, right? Everything will be there here. Retention, sales, right? Under sales, I have credit cards. Under credit cards, I created some properties, right? So if you expand the data model, you will be able to see the properties. Okay. Let it happen. So you see the monthly EMI, sale price, this is what we created, right? That is coming under this. Now this property is now belonging to SR dash sales dash credit cards. See, everything is same like your work class structure. Now, why do we use this work class and the implementation classes? For example, let us say you have some property like you have two groups, XYZ bank and XYZ bank debit cards like this. Now you have a property, something like what you say, card type, something like card type, which will identify whether it is a debit card or credit card. So this property, if you create it in sales, you can use it in credit cards. You can also use it in debit cards. Same like work class structure, right? If you are creating something in the child class, it will be applicable only for that class. But if you create in the parent, it can be used in the both the childs. Same concept will apply here also. So whichever properties are related to credit cards, you can keep it here. Whichever properties are related to debit cards, you can keep it here. If that property is applicable for both the classes, you can keep it under the SR class. So just same like work class structure, it will be applicable in the same way. Okay, just you need to decide whether you need to keep under this group or that group, or whether you want to keep it at the parent level. So it will follow the same work class inheritance that you have, right? So same method will follow it. Okay. Yeah. Is it understood till here? Regarding the SR class. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I have done, we have just created a taxonomy. We have created some two groups, two issues, four propositions, and two attributes, like what is the monthly EMI, what is the price, like this. Now, let's say I need to define some drop down. I need to define some checkbox. How do you do that? Right? How do you do that? Because let us say, for example, I need to create some property, for example, where this particular Visa card, it is applicable only for three cities, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai, let us say. Let us say there is one property like I want to, let's say this movie benefits card. This is applicable only for the customers whose income is greater than, let us say 10,000 or let's say 50,000 per month. Okay, if the customer's income is greater than 50,000, then only this is applicable. So how do you define that? How do you make sure that it is applied in that way? If you create a scalar properties like this, there is no option to display it like a checkbox or a drop down or a radio button, right? Whatever you add in the form tab, it will just simply come like a text input like this, right? It will just come like text input. You cannot control the provision to give a control option like that, like a checkbox I want to display, radio buttons, or giving some options. These are all not there. For that, we have an option that's called custom form. So what we will do is you just need to do use custom form. So when you select this option, instead of using the properties that are present in the form tab, it will use the properties which are going to be present in the section rule. Okay, so that's what will happen. So what I will do is now I just click on customize form. Whenever you click on this custom form, the PEGA is going to create a section where you can keep the advanced controls like multi-select, drop-down, auto-complete, checkbox, which you might have seen in your core PEGA. You might have created these controls in your sections. So the same thing you can also do it in your proposition also, because there is no provision. If I want to say this offer is applicable only for 50,000 salary customers, this offer is applicable only for, let us say, kids, we can't do that within the form tab. Okay, within the form tab we cannot do that. So we need to do that in the section only by giving the advanced controls. So that's what we'll do now. So I'll convert to full section. So let us give the same thing. Okay, let us give the same things that we are discussed. So what I will do, I'll just add a drop down. So I'll just add it here. So what I will say is this proposition is applicable to which cities. That's what I will give. Okay. See, generally in a business, right, some products they will promote only in some particular cities. Some products they will not promote in some particular city. That is there, right? So like for example, if you take some costly offers, some products they will promote only for customers with very good income, right? Some products they will not promote for the customers with low income. So that is there. So how do you define? So we cannot define by using this form tab. That's what you can do it in this section. I'll tell you about this PY entitlement. I'll say applicable cities. So we are creating section, we are creating properties. That's the reason, right? You need to know a CSA. You need to be CSA. So without that, it's not possible. So let's say local list. I'll give the value as all cities. Okay. So this means this particular proposition, whether it is applicable only for one city or whether it is applicable only for all the cities, that's what I'm doing here. Similarly, let us add a checkbox also. So I'll just select this option. Then select applicable city. Similarly, let us add a checkbox. I will say here checkbox. Is for high income, like that I'll give. Okay. Or let us say, yeah, let's give it as is for high income. Now I'll give it as true false attribute. See, this is a boolean, right? Checkbox is nothing but a boolean. So I'm giving it as for a boolean attribute. Now go back. So then again, what I will do, I'll just give the label as this product is only for high income customers, like that, like this. Okay, then we can save it. So generally, before you actually import the propositions, we need to create all these properties. That's what you need to do first. Not after creating the propositions, you create the attributes. So I'll say added attributes. Let's say now come back. Okay, now come back. So just come back to the data tab. Just save it. Okay, and then open the propositions one by one and update them. So that's the reason, right? I told you, like, you need to first create the properties, then you create the propositions. So like you select Hyderabad, I select this product is for high income customers. Okay, and then I come back to this offer. Okay, then let's say I select Bangalore. Let's say I'm giving this also for high income customers. Okay, the remaining two, let us keep it as it is. I give all cities not for high income. Okay, similarly Visa card, I'll say applicable for all cities, not for high income customers. Okay, so like this I am giving some custom criteria for these offers. Okay, because for example, let's say you can give these kind of things, right? You will have this kind of things. So I'll just say added custom controls. Okay, so this is how you can add advanced controls. You can give whatever it is. You have a section, you know what to do in the section. You can give image, you can give URL, everything you can give, right? So the name of that section is py edit element. So just remember the name. It will be same name for any propositions. It will be same name, that is py edit element. How does it differentiate is by using the circumstance. So for credit cards, you will be seeing like credit cards here. For 50% discount products, the circumstance value will be 50% discount products. If you are creating some other group, circumstance value will be different. So the section is same, which is circumstance based on the business group. So the name of the section is py edit element. The py edit element section will allow you to create some advanced controls. Whatever you do, you can do in the section, you can do it by using this py edit element. Okay, is it understood? How do we give this advanced controls to the proposition in order to define the characteristics? Yes, no? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just did not do anything. See, first what we have done, first we have given basic controls, but whatever the options, whatever the properties you give here, it will just simply come like a text input. We don't want like a text input, right? We need some drop down, we need some checkbox, we need some radio button. For that, I just clicked on the custom form. It will create one section for you. In that section, you can keep whatever the controls you want, you can keep it. Okay, like radio buttons, you can keep images, you can keep URL, whatever is applicable, you can keep it there. Then it will apply to the decision data. So I'll tell you what is decision data also. Now what we'll do, we'll just simply create a small strategy and we'll close the session here. I will come back to the CDH. Then I will go to the intelligence tab. Here we have strategies. So let us see how do we define the strategies. Create new canvas. So I'll just give the name as, for example, first strategy. Okay, you can give any suitable name, but I'm just giving strategy. Then here we have one option that is called strategy results class. Strategy results class means, see, for example, let us say this particular strategy is going to give the NBAs, right? NBAs means what? Next best actions. That is the best offers that are suitable for the customer. So whether that particular offers are the propositions that come as a result of the strategy, whether it should be is it part of sales and credit cards, then you need to give this like this. Let us say your strategy will give the offers that are present in multiple groups, then you can just keep it like you can keep it sales and you can just keep it none. That means if you have multiple groups, your offers will be coming from multiple groups. So what I mean to say is, so let's do one thing. I'll just show you from here. I'll just give it like this and click on create and open. I am giving it as sales and credit cards. So your strategy canvas looks like this. Okay, your entire strategy canvas looks like this. This is where you can add your logic. That logic will effectively define, the most suitable, most relevant offers for the customers. That's what this logic should do. Now what I will do is simply just click on this plus button. It will give you the option to add some components. We will add the component that's called proposition data, which is nothing but the propositions that we have, right? The same thing. So double click on this. Then when you double click on this, it will give you, see this option that is called import all or import any one offer, right? You see import all offers or import any one offer. See, whatever the propositions that we created, the same are displayed here. Zeta card, business class, MasterCard, movie benefits card, Visa card, all this. These are the propositions that are present in sales credit cards. But notice that the business issue and the business group is disabled, right? Now, let us say you create it with a different strategy results class. That means, for example, I'll just keep it as none and I'll just create it. So what we are doing here is we are not restricting the strategy to give the output from a particular group. Okay, we are not restricting the strategy to do that. Now you can see I am able to select some multiple issues. I can select some other group. I can select some other issue, right? I can just do that. So this is not disabled because we are not restricting the strategy that we need to give the offers only from sales and credit cards. That's what I mean by that particular configuration. When you select sales credit cards, that means you are restricting the strategy that it should give the offers only from that particular issue and that particular group. When you don't select anything, it will give you the offers from all the issues, all the groups. So that's what you need to remember. If your strategy logic is only for this particular group, then you select that option. If your strategy logic is not for this particular group, then you just keep it as none and you just click on submit. So now I just click on submit, and now what you need to do is you need to connect from here to results. The strategy executes from left to right. So I'm just importing the offers and sending it to the results without any logic. Now save it. Now if you run the strategy, so I just click on run. So you can see that I got the 4 offers, right? I got the 4 offers. Now I got the custom data also, like monthly EMI is this much, 15,000, sale price is this. But notice that I did not get the values for the properties that we created, like for example, which city, applicable cities, and the what you say, the income above in high income customer. We added 2 properties, but that properties are not coming in the results. Can someone guess like why it is not coming? Why we are getting only these 2 but not the other ones that are present in the section?
Because the customers did not have those values.
No, we added the
in the
value, right?
customer
We kept
table.
the value. Some propositions I selected
I mean,
Bangalore, Hyderabad, right?
the strategy is
And not
found
in
in the
the table.
customer class, right?
No.
Maybe we need to expose this property. Is it required?
No. So let me tell you, not an issue. Understand. So whatever the results that the strategy give with the properties, you need to make sure that the properties are added in the list in the form tab. Okay. So what I mean by that is, if you remember the properties, right? Like applicable city, high income customers, these properties, I created it in the section, right? I created in the section. But what you need to make sure is any property that if you want to use it in a strategy or wherever, those properties that you created should be listed in the form tab. Okay. So that's what you need to do. So I'm just checking out. Now, if you scroll down, you see here that that's not listed here, right? So whatever the properties that I created, the drop down property and the checkbox property that I created, it's not present here. right? If it is Revira connect. Hello, are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I audible? I lost the network. Yeah. So what I was saying is, you need to define that properties under the form tab. Okay, that's when the data will be coming. So I just lost my network. Okay. So let's go back to the decision data and go to the form tab. Here, you need to scroll down and click on add field, and you need to add the field here. Okay, so if you remember, like we added few properties, right? Is high income customer, like applicable city, some properties we added, right? That's what you need to add it here. Uh, just connected to a low. So just click on down arrow and select the property that we created, right? So that is applicable cities, that is one of that. And the second one that we added is high income customer. So just click on down arrow and select the property that is for high income. Now save it. Okay, now save it. So that's what you need to do. Whenever you create the properties from the section, make sure that the properties are also added in the form tab. That is when the strategy will pick the properties into the strategy. Okay, so I just check in. So I'll just say added the properties to form tab. Okay, now come back to the strategy and let us run the strategy again. I have created the strategy under intelligence strategies. Refresh this. You will be able to see the strategy that you created, which is this one. Now again, expand this option, click on the run button. That is how you test a strategy or run a strategy. Now you can see that I am getting the properties for applicable cities. It's Bangalore, and the is for high income true, right? So this will be there in every single proposition that you have. If you go to the second page, it will give you the second proposition. that is business class MasterCard. You can see applicable cities is Hyderabad, and if you go to the third one, applicable cities is none. That means you did not select anything. That's the reason I believe it's coming none. So, but this is how you need to make sure that the properties that are present in the section should be listed in the form tab in order to get it displayed here. Okay, so this is how you can just generally do that. So I'll just simply add some logic. You can just say you can just give some logic here. So just not to make it complex, I'll just give a simple condition using a filter. If you just click on the plus, you will be able to see all the list of components you can add. The other way to add the components is by right click, and you can add the components this way. Okay, whichever is comfortable for you, you can use that. Right click, and you can select the filter. You can just go through here and the filter, and you can add it. So again, the strategy executes from left to right. You need to connect the components and you need to define the logic. Okay, so I'll just say filter. In the filter, what I will do, double click on this. I'll say dot. Okay, when you say dot, it will give you the properties that are present in your SR class. I'll say is for high income equal to true. That means whichever the propositions are applicable for high income customers, those propositions will now be coming in the results. Okay, only those propositions will now be coming in the results because we have given the filter component that way, right? So you can see now I'm getting only 2 offers. The first one is Zeta card. The Zeta card has is for high income equal to true. The second one I got is the business class MasterCard, which is having is for high income equal to true. So this is how you configure a very simple and very basic logic in the strategy by using the propositions and the attributes. So if you want to, like for example, your strategy is very big, it is very having lot of components, you can freely move around by selecting this mouse mode and the pan mode. So when you select the mouse mode, you cannot move the strategy canvas. You cannot move the canvas up and down. It will only allow you to select the components. When you select the pan mode, it will allow you to move the component up and down like this. Okay, that means it's a basic strategy with simple shapes, 3 components. It is fine for you now, but if there are a lot of components, it will go out of the canvas. Okay, it will go down and down. So you can move with this particular pan mode. And if you are having a lot of components, there is one more way is to zoom by using the mini map. Like if you are having a lot of components, right, look, you can increase the view. Okay, you can increase the view by increasing this or decreasing this, right? This is there in the process flow also, but if you want, you can just use this and you can drag and drop this particular mini map. If you want to browse it, you can just browse it with this pan mode, and you can just move around with the strategy very easily. Okay, so this is how you can just get started with running a basic strategy with the information that we have configured today. Okay, is it clear? Is it confusing, or is it a bit fast, or just let me know so that we can do as per that. So either way, you will get the recordings. You can go through once or twice or how many times you want, so that you get perfection on this. Is it understood whatever we have done? Any doubts or anything?
That's clear. Thanks.
Okay. What about others? Is it understood the taxonomy? How did we configure the offers? How did we import them? Yeah. How did we added the attributes? So based on what we have done, I have just taken a sample strategy for you. Okay.
So,
So
Kiran, if you
going
want
forward,
to, sorry. So if you want to parallelly go through the, the course in PDN, so is the same thing like decisioning consultant 8.6 is the one we need to go? Like what are the concepts we are covering here?
Same thing. You just need to go to this CDH. Okay. And there is a link, right? Let me share that link to you. I'll share it. Okay, I'll share it in the group. I can go through that. So there is a separate course with all the modules, challenges, everything is there. I will share the link today so that you can go through them. Okay, is that clear? Yeah.
So Kiran, do we have any cloud environment to practice this?
Yeah, that's what I showed you, right? I gave you the link in the last session also. This is the link. I'm sharing it again in the chat. Whoever does not have it, please bookmark it. Okay. Just log in
Yeah,
with
sure.
your PEGA login. Come here and just click on the launch button. We are learning on cloud only. Okay, we are learning on the cloud only.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I had one question about so the results on the clipboard, are they shown on the clipboard as well? Like which page?
No, the strategy results does not populate on the clipboard automatically by itself. You need
Hmm.
to run it from a data flow. Okay.
Hmm.
So again, it will be a bit complex for you to understand now. Okay. Yeah. So you need to run it from a data flow, and you need to create a page. But by default, it will not show in the clipboard. Okay.
So in the data flow, you have to have the destination, the output, and that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
we'll see that. It would be somewhat complex for you right now. I'll show you that also. We can do that. We can store it into clipboard, but there is a different way to do that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So please go through this recordings which happened till now, how to create application, what all you need to do before, what you need to do after. Make sure that you are doing it as per that recommendation. In Monday session, I'll show you how do we do that with a template, right? I showed you about context dictionary and all that. What does a template do? It will automate this entire process, not the strategies and business structure. I mean to say the context dictionary and the classes that you need to create. Okay, so you can go through the I'll show you the template on Monday. Okay, fine. Yeah, see you all on Monday. Looking forward to see most of you on Monday session, because we'll be ending the demos today, and the next session would be an enrolled session. See you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.